For lesson 6, rotations off the coordinate plane, we're going to look at what happens when you rotate certain shapes around points that are not on a graph. So for the first one, rectangle PQRS is rotated 90 degrees clockwise, about point O. So one of the keys to this problem is, although it says 90 degrees, the word clockwise is going to override it. Find the image of PS. So here is segment PS. If we rotate that 90 degrees clockwise, that's going to look like this. There's our clockwise rotation. What side is PS going to end up on? Well, if we spin that shape 90 degrees, we are going to end up on segment AD. All right, so that's what happens when we rotate that rectangle clockwise 90 degrees. It ends up on rectangle ABCD, and then PS would correspond with AD. We're going to skip the second question because we've already done it before, and we're going to end up on the back page. Rotate the figure below 90 degrees about point A. So remember, when you rotate about a point, that point doesn't move, all right? And 90 degrees here, they didn't tell us which way, so we're going to go counterclockwise because 90 degrees is positive. And when we do that, this shape, or this rectangle, ends up next to our original shape, right on the left-hand side. And it's going to look just like that. Our diagonal will end up going in that direction. Okay. A would become A prime. B prime would go down there. C prime would be up here. And D prime would be there. Now, what happens to our shaded in piece? Well, that is going to spin, and it's going to end up in this bottom right-hand corner of our square. For our next one, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do 180 degrees about point A. So that would be one more turn past what we just did. So it's going to look like that. As we rotate it down, our diagonal will end up being in that corner. Point B initially went to here. Now it's going to go there. C ends up in the opposite corner, and D ends up in the opposite corner. And then you'll notice that our shaded piece remains on the inside part of our square. And last but not least, 270 degrees. Well, we had our shape on the left, we had our shape diagonal from it. Now we're going to end up with our rectangle underneath. And as we rotate and get our diagonal here, it's going to end up in that corner. So you'll see A hasn't moved, okay? B is going to end up far away here. So B is going to end up all the way in this corner. C is going to end up in the bottom right, and D is going to end up in that bottom left-hand corner. And again, you should see that that shaded area stays in that internal path the entire time. And that's the 3 different rotations for that individual square.